What would you think of? What's your thoughts after the game?
I loved three quarters, and I'm not going to chat too much about the fourth quarter, but I thought the energy that we spent playing defence and offensive pace and attacking the rim, and obviously league rewards when you drive and make contact, and I thought we got rewarded for that tonight, and Shea and others, Delhi, really put a lot of pressure on their guards, and caused a little bit of foul trouble for them. But I thought that that second quarter, especially when we look back at it, there was it's the kind of the basketball that we really want to play. So I just thought up 23 or up 29 last week, third quarter, and we just throw it away and don't kind of do the things that we wanted to do in that fourth quarter. Didn't play with the pace that we did in those first three quarters as well. So so there's going to be some learnings there, but I thought we saw the type of basketball that we want to play in playoff basketball for three quarters there.
You were able to go on some pretty big runs over the course of it, whether it be at the end of quarters or in the middle of it. Like in first, you brought on your bench unit and they did some really good things, like Ian Clark came on. Is that part of your mentality when it comes to this team, that the bench can have a real impact on the game?
Yeah, I think they did. Tanner and Kyle Bowen's plus 20 when he's in the game. Tanner's plus 17. They had super positive impacts coming in. IC's, just getting back to where we saw him a month or so ago, and I thought highly effective. He only played 20 minutes. He has 18. Great. That's and he missed free throws. That's for him. we don't ever expect him to miss a free throw and the stuff like that. But I thought we wanted to just get some role clarity with everybody, and I thought when that bench group come in, I thought I stayed with them. When they were doing a good job as well. So they saw the rewards with minutes for the performance that they put out there.
Where does your mind go to for next week? You've effectively locked up the top spot now. What do you have to do over the next week and then over the 2-week fever break to get yourself ready for the semi-final series?
Yeah, the fever break is a good question. We've been planning it for a couple of weeks right now. We've, had our thoughts as a coaching staff and a high-performance staff. We've surveyed our players. It's something that we've got to make sure that we get right. And so there's a part of that about how much we play and build up to an inter-club scrimmage, and how we kind of get that part done, and how we make sure we take care of bodies and make sure everyone's fresh. But we've competed enough, and out of the FIBA window there won't be too many contact sessions, so we do want to get in a fair bit of contact in this FIBA window. But again, there's a little chance just to take a breath and get your body right as well. The Cairns game, it's a team we haven't beat. No one on our team likes going through a season and not beating a team, so there'll be a competitive edge with the way that we play them.
How proud are you of what you've achieved so far to just about lock up that top spot?
Yeah,
I suppose the advantage too. What is the advantage you're going to take into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think anyone, home teams, you just get those extra couple of stops when things are going well at home. And I saw it last night with Perth when they got on a little bit of a run. The crowd got excited. They blow that game out a little bit more. Tonight in the second and third quarter when we were playing really good basketball, you just get those extra couple of possessions that everyone's playing at a higher level. When they may be a little tired, you get the extra energy. So it's going to be so important to have that home court advantage. We enjoy the rims here. We love playing in front of our home fans. How proud am I? It's just a really good group of guys that are committed to try and win and trying to win everything that we do.
Is that fourth quarter a good reminder for the boys? That no leads are safe. They could well have even come over the top of you at the end. Yeah,
they missed free throws. There was some opportunities for them. Look at our coverages. To say, were we perfect in those? No, there was some advantages that they created. We'll go back and review the whole game, not just the first three quarters, and we'll make sure we pick some things that we need to improve on. But a team super desperate for where they are on the ladder position to come in here. We knew there was never going to be any quit from them, and Modi does a hell of a job coaching, and proud that we were able to establish that lead in 3 quarters.
Can you talk about Joe's impact too on the game? He really was huge as the game wore on.
Yeah, he's just getting better and better. I thought, obviously there was a couple of weeks off there, and you just lose a little bit of match fitness, but now he's back, and it was good to get him into 27 minutes tonight and kind of push that one up a little bit, and I thought he handled that really well, composed in the paint. Didn't see too much double coverage tonight, but when he attacked the rim, he got really rewarded.
And a question for both of you guys: the 6 on the court at the end. Who was to blame on
I'm not. There were some random things happening in that 4th quarter. Some turnovers and some bad things, but to have 6 on the floor, I don't know. It might be first time ever in my career, that one. So we deserve the tech foul for that. I don't know.
No comment.
No. I'm not sure if anyone's going to own that one.
Joe, Dean mentioned you being composed in the paint. It seemed like you had steady production over the course of the game. It wasn't just like a spurt. What did you see out there that allowed you to feel really comfortable over the course of the whole game?
I think in the first quarter I missed some shots that I normally make, but it kind of gave me understanding of like what I was. It's kind of like a feel out to see how they were going to be guarding me, and I just knew as the game went on, I wasn't going to miss those shots because they're shots that I practice every day.
What do you think was the case at the start of the first quarter when it seemed like McDowell was sort of getting to where he wanted, and they went on that run to open, and you guys flipped the switch? What was the difference there between the first half of that first quarter and the second half of it?
We have this guy named Shea Ely. He should be Defensive Player of the Year. I think it's pretty criminal that he hasn't won one yet. So you media guys, come on, man. It's time. I don't want to go on a rant here, but it's pretty obvious who the best defensive player is. So he leads us a lot. Him and LT are kind of like our barometers on the team. When Chili's just up and in, then IC gets up and in, Deli gets up and in, and then as bigs, we don't want to let them down with all that effort that they put in. So when Chili's super locked in, which he's always locked in, it just gives us pace and easy transition points the other way.
Dean mentioned the idea of surveying players about sort of what they feel like the fever break should be for you guys. For you personally, what do you want out of a 2-week break?
I don't like the 2-week break, but as a competitor, I like hooping, so I'm pretty sure they'll figure out a way to get our competitive juices going, and that's kind of what I want. Yeah.
Dean, obviously earlier in the season you had a few injury setbacks, and it took a while for you guys to get back to full health. Were those injuries, I suppose, a blessing in disguise, so to say, because it's given these depth players opportunities to play these minutes and then go back into their roles and sort of fulfill those roles later in the stretch towards finals?
Yeah, you never want injuries, you never want illness, but it's a part of our sport, and it happens. And we're happy that the people that got to play extra minutes throughout the season were able to get us wins, and we weren't able to do that last year. So it's a big, in how we put the roster together, the buy-in from the whole group to continue to play the way that we want to play. The acceptance of our culture, and again, we brought guys back a little slower this year as well. People come back from injury, come off the bench, work your way back into it, get back to your starting role, and that was a great reward for guys that have done their job when people are out. So hopefully that builds leadership, that builds growth in the bench, and if those opportunities arise again, we'll have great confidence in those guys to step up.
And how do you feel that will then translate into these playoffs and potentially challenging for a championship?
Yeah, I'm always going to look at defensive matchups first, and but also it's shown over time that you need enough shooting on the floor as well. So we got some guys that shoot the ball really well. We got some guys that come off the bench and defend really well. So we continue to make sure that we negate the advantages of other teams, and where we can exploit it with the way that we're attacking the paint right now, it's important to have enough shooting on the floor. So yeah, look forward to those challenges.
Dean, how would you sort of place this team, I guess, compared to some of your championship winning teams, or even just teams you've coached over the journey? I mean, it looks like when the team's really humming, it looks pretty irrepressible and like sort of up there with some of the great teams you've probably coached. But how do you see that? Obviously, different players, different skill sets brought by different teams, but how do you sort of rank it?
Yeah, don't like to do it. Every team's going to be different in their personality and the way that they play, and probably this team. When I talk about this team to others, we talk about the connection of the group and as high as it's ever been with any group that I've coached. You talk about the IQ of this team that it's on a really high level, and making sure that everybody understands what's going on with some of the high IQ people we have on our team is a challenge for me to continue to make sure the message gets sent right. High IQ doesn't mean you have 6 on the floor though, so we'll take a little step back on that one. But no, this group's smart, and they figure things out. They're solution based in the way that they go about it, and they solve problems really quickly.
Yeah. And do you think there's specific differences between maybe this team, or like you speak the high IQ, compared to other teams, or do the great ones always have similar things that kind of they do well, I guess?
Yeah, when you look at some of those teams and you say, was there more athleticism? Was there were they able to play faster? Did they shoot it better? How did they? What coverages were we able to put in? This team, can do a lot of those things when we really demand it from them. So, like, coach, what do you want from us? Do you want us to play faster? We played more controlled tonight, and they're great with being able to defend different styles of play, and we'll go up and find a style of play with Cairns that we haven't been able to fix right now and find a real solution for. So that's a great challenge for the whole group to have a game plan that can beat Cairns right now.
Dean, was that last play before the half, was that a set play? It looked like Delhi and Shea kind of talked about it at the free throw break there. But is that something you practice? Or
What was it, 3 seconds, 3.3 or something like that? I thought the flash from LT was really smart. My message to Shea was just catch it on the run. I think if you don't have enough time, and so to flash him and that first pass is now at halfway, and you've got 3 seconds by the time you catch it at great speed. So, well done for them. We haven't spent a lot of time on under 3 second plays, end out of bounds. Something that we can continue to add.
I'm good. Thank you.
Cheers.